Kevin Feige, Marvel Studios president. You can't fire Kevin Feige. He steered a ship of a lackluster post-Avengers Endgame Marvel Cinematic Universe, but you can't fire him just yet. He has excuses. If we look over to see some of the duds over the last few years, he's got look at Captain Marvel 2 came out, but there was an actor strike. How were we supposed to advertise this movie? We kind of can blame that on that. What about Wakanda Forever? Well, the main actor died. We didn't know what to do. We just we still got $800 million, but you can give him a pass for that. Marvel TV shows, well, it wasn't really on him. Marvel TV shows were mandated from Bob Chapek and Bob Iger. They wanted quantity, a lot more shows. It started with just WandaVision, Falcon, and Loki, and then they had to hit him with, okay, you guys want Hawkeye? She-Hulk? Ms. Marvel?
Miss Marvel, Camilla Khan, Muslim Pakistani teenager from Jersey City, is coming to the MCU.
You see how they added more to his list, to what he was capable of, things he didn't ask for. Well, then you can't blame the Marvel TV shows on Kevin Feige. He's got excuses, valid excuses that you can use, but those excuses, they will run out. Bob Chapek is someone who was in charge of Disney, and it was him who decided Deadpool needs to happen. I'm sure Ryan Reynolds politics to get the movie out there, but Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool and Wolverine wasn't something that was on the slate. But Chapek goes, yo, what? You guys don't like money? Here you go, make this. And then we get these A-list stars grossing $1 billion. And look who's right, the business dude. Kevin Feige's, let's do the Eternals. Let's do Shang-Chi or Black Widow, even though she's dead. He decided to do these things. And of course, lockdowns happen. And of course, there's a whole bunch of reasons and excuses he can have for why those movies didn't make really much money. In 2021, Spider-Man No Way Home also came out. But it did make money, but then we could say that's because of the Christmas, everyone wants to celebrate. You could always make an excuse for this guy. With the Thunderbolts movie coming out now, with Brave New World coming out now, I think the excuse time is up movie-wise. Why did he make this movie when it's grossing what it's grossing right now? It might not even reach 400 million. At least Brave New World did. But it's not tracking to gross 400 million. Now is the time I say, the next thing he does where it messes up, he lost his magic. I think teams, like in sports, they'll have a coach do well, like the Denver Nuggets did. But then his BS, his behind the scenes, his management, it got too bad where they just said, let's get rid of this coach. It happens in other fields where guys who do great jobs in the beginning, which he did a great job, they can lose their jobs. He's not there yet. He isn't there yet. Maybe he'll have to, but you know what? He's got evidence. I think everything's stacked up against him. So we're going to watch a Fantastic Four movie. It's not going to have Silver Surfer. It'll have a knockoff Silver Surfer. We just have the knockoff Avengers here with this new movie. We had a knockoff Captain America. We had a knockoff Black Panther. T'Challa's not there. They're going to give you...
This is my son, Toussaint.
Give you T'Challa's son. It's just as good. There's plans in place of lesser versions of characters you know about. Too many of those have happened. Kate Bishop, Hawkeye version, or not the Hulk, you got She-Hulk who gets a TV show instead. I'm probably forgetting some, maybe it is on the screen right now. There's so many secondary versions of characters that now we're going to have to hold this guy accountable. Why didn't you look at the market research, the data, the box office grosses, and go, people aren't feeling that. People don't really want a second. They want the original. They want the real thing. They don't want mantle swaps. They don't want anything like that. They want the actualize that comic book character, give it to us the way that we know him or her, the way they're supposed to be. Now is when we can grade Kevin Feige, and now is where we can go, all right, bro, if this Avengers Secret War stuff doesn't work, if you guys get creative with your who's going to be Ant-Man, Ant-Man doesn't have to be a man, it just got to be an ant. All that matters is got to be small. Get his daughter in here. If that's what you guys are going to do, then Kevin Feige, if he hasn't learned his lesson, that's when you get rid of him. As of now, he has too many successes to warrant eliminating him from the studio. And I got a baseball analogy. 3 strikes and you're out, right? Not exactly 3 strikes. There's probably more on his card that you could punch. But he has hit his 2 strikes. He's on the 3rd strike and he's at bat right now. The next F up is when I would go, okay, we can hold this guy accountable for what he's done. And there's no more excuses. We can't keep stacking excuses. His creative decision is to blame, not anything else. you still decided to make a movie called Thunderbolts.
And these wonderful actors play the Thunderbolts.
You floundered the Blade series, which would have made money. You, in 2019, had the rights to X-Men, and you said, nah, you got a 5-year plan, bro. Can't do it. In comes Bob Chapek, and they get Deadpool and Wolverine. Hey, it's a lot of money. Thunderbolts, to me, represents what we could be getting, which is the rights that he acquired from 20th Century Fox. I'm going to hold that against him. But I also know what he's been able to do with like Guardians 3, Guardians 2, Guardian 1, every Guardian. What he's been able to accomplish, so I have to respect that. But still, what we're not getting, what we haven't been getting, I don't know. There's a 10-year plan for the X-Men, according to Wall Street Journal. All right. Is it a 10-year plan that is going to integrate with TV shows and movies? No, from what I'm seeing, there's an interesting Jeff Snyder report that Vision's the last time we're getting a movie character being expounded on TV. Does that mean that X-Men are not going to have a TV show that's going to integrate with the movies? Possibly. Like, that's probably what that means if that report is believed to be true, word for word, what Jeff Snyder's telling us. Well, then what's your 10-year X-Men plan, brother? 10 years of X-Men. I'm thinking about Vulcan. I'm thinking about that whole storyline with the Shi'ar Empire. You could integrate the Guardians. Or is there no plans to integrate? Because I believe what makes this film franchise special is the crossover capability. How awesome is it you're watching Incredible Hulk and you realize, is that the Hulk? Oh, Tony Stark just pulled up. He's the same guy. Oh, it's like a spin-off movie. I was like, well, interesting. It was fresh to me. I've never seen something like that before. Or why didn't I just say, Nick Fury, you're going to be part of a universe that's bigger. You just don't know yet. That was awesome. Wasn't it like amazing to hear that? Well, oh my God, unlike other comic book movies, that this is going to be a world and they're going to, and then Avengers happens. You can't go back once you do that. They never worried about the Avengers. What if nobody watched Thor? Nah, they just gave us a movie. Loki was the villain. Think that way. Appreciate your fan base and it'll make them do the homework, the dreaded homework. They'll appreciate the other stuff. But when you don't, Chillmonger has not yet seen Agatha all along, and I didn't watch Daredevil Born Again. If you tell me that Daredevil Born Again and the ongoings in New York City would have impacted Thunderbolts, which ongoing took place in New York City, I'd have had to have. I would have to have dedicated my time. Spider-Man is going to be referenced, well, or more than just referenced, but integral, is going to move plot forward. Well, then it's part of Marvel. If not, then it's skippable. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was skippable. I'm for crossing over. He apparently is saying no. People don't want to do that, and he's misdiagnosing the problem. Do you fire Kevin Feige? Are we there yet? I know Blue says yes. What do you think? That's the question I'm leaving to you. It's even in the title of the video. I'm asking this question. Do you fire Kevin Feige yet? I say he's on his last straw. Thankfully now he's planned Spider-Man, he's planned Avengers, he's planned. There's an X-Men movie getting worked by the Hunger Games guy. Thankfully, the projects to come aren't eye-rolling, they're doing that movie. Black Panther 3, should they use T'Challa and not T'Challa's kid, T'Challa's grandfather, alternate universe, not really T'Challa, but we call him... If they're doing real T'Challa, they're taking Chad's character and recasting. Awesome. If that's what Damson Idris is playing, and he's not just appearing at a one-off for Avengers, like it's been reported, there's going to be multiple characters who are just going to pop up for one movie and then you'll never see them again. If Damson's playing actual T'Challa, 3 thumbs up. There, my tongue, give me the third thumb. 3 thumbs up. If not, bro, Black Panther 3 is just, you don't have the mystery. You don't have the, Chad died, let's celebrate. You don't have that in your trailer anymore. You're not making $800 million. But it's not always about Black Panther, though. There are other franchises in this. Like, they don't have all the Guardians members, do they, right? So, just get the X-Men right, bro. Just get the X-Men right. But if you are here for some T'Challa love, I did make some correlations between everyone's favorite world leader, 37-year-old Burkina Faso president, Ibrahim Traore, and I kind of compared why the world is treating him the same way they kind of treated T'Challa at the studio. Check it out.